Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag.
What's going on, family? It's your man Tay Sweat here once again. And of course, we have another market watch by way of STV and the general, of course. My name is Tay Sweat. For those of you all who are new and don't know, I am a trader for over 10 plus years. I got my start with penny stocks. Okay. The reason why I always mention this is because penny stocks are trashy companies. They are literally, you know, almost bankrupt. Like these are companies that are either going bankrupt, they're close to bankruptcy, or some, in between. All right. And the reason why I say this is because if you can trade companies that are going bankrupt or that just have little to no value, then the companies that have a lot of value that are, tend to have, profits, really good fundamentals, these companies are usually going to be a little bit easier to trade. So that's usually why I always mention being, a start or getting my start. I'll say that in penny stocks. Now, what do I trade now? Of course, I trade futures, I trade options, crypto. I mean, anything with a chart, we can trade it over here. All right. Now, I do these STB market watches for a couple of reasons. One, I like to give a little insight on what's going on in the market, on a day-to-day basis. Number one, and then number two, I like to show that this stuff is possible, right? It's possible to be successful with this stuff. It's possible to be able to trade and, really, I don't want to, gas anybody's heads up, but really be able to have either a side hustle or a main hustle, right? Now, I hate to use that as the word hustle because this is not a hustle, right? The stock market literally is an exchange between people who are on the bull side and the bear side, right? There's no hustling there. It's literally bulls and bears. I'm going to sell it here. I'm going to buy it here. I'm going to buy it here, sell it there, right? That's what this is. Okay. So honestly, for those of you who are new today, honestly, I like to bring in some public portfolios. All right. And that's what Money Mondays is for. Today is Money Monday, and we're going to go through the public portfolio. Now, that being said, I'm also going to make this a, tutorial on pretty much how you can make money as a beginner, right? How to start making money, right? And how you should be in the mindset of things as far as, should I be looking to make $1,000 for every trade? Should I be making should I be looking to make a killing on the first trade? I'm trying to get rich tomorrow. No, that's not how you should be playing. That's not how you should be thinking, right? As a matter of fact, this is where most beginners go wrong, and they usually end up losing a lot of money. So my first, advice is to paper trade your strategies. Everything I'm teaching here, please paper trade, paper trade. As a matter of fact, I demand you to paper trade, right? I do not want to see anybody saying, "Hey, I lost money," and it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. What strategy do you have? Okay, this is my strategy. Okay, now based on that strategy, how long have you been profitable with it with paper trading? Oh, well, I haven't paper trade. Well, I don't want to hear anything about losing money. I've always told everybody to paper trade before, and you need to be profitable at least 2 months, consecutive months before getting out of a paper trading account. All right. So that being said, let's continue. We're gonna go through the public portfolio first. Go through the public account and see what we got going on there. All right. All right. So here we have the public portfolio. For anybody who's wondering, I always make sure I block out my information. I'm trying to, I want to share, but I want to be protected as well, right? Um, but here somebody's gonna say, "Tay, your account went down. Like, what happened to the numbers?" Right? I'm gonna be talking about that today, but I took some profit off the table and pulled some money out of this account because that's what I suggest everybody does, right? I'm not one of those people who's just going to continue to recycle the money and recycle the money. No, I am pulling money out slowly. And as a matter of fact, the way I'm going to teach you all today, and this is why I wanted to make this kind of like a beginner's how to trade or how beginners can make money. This is what I suggest most people do when they start after they paper trade. Once they get, to the point where they're profitable consistently with paper trading and then they add real money. My goal is always to slowly take money out as I make profit take money out, take money out, take money out. Because eventually what'll happen is, let's say I started this account with, I think it was like $25,000, something like that, right? I start this account with $25,000. My goal is that every time I pull, or excuse me, I make money and get profits off of this, the goal is to pull it out, pull it out, pull it out to the point that the $25,000 that I put in, I get it back. Right. So if I made, let's say if I put 25K in and then I have a $50,000 account now because I made another 25K, my goal is to take the 25K out that I put in and now trade with the 25K that I made from the market. And at that point, it's all house money. Right. This is how we play the game. Okay. So really quick, as you see, here are some of the positions that we're in on. I do a brief explanation of all of these every week. Roku, of course, giving us some. I mean, that's just lovely, right? Roku's looking nice. I do have more room to run on Roku, so I'm going to be holding that. Google, of course, is looking great. I do have a price target on Google that we need to hit before I start looking to exit that. And keep in mind, these are not long-term portfolio moves, okay? Because I know some people are like, oh, you're just supposed to hold Google. I'm not looking to hold Google for 10 years. This is a trading account. My goal is to show you how to trade publicly. All right. So this is just me showing you like, hey, this is what the account's doing. This is what I'm buying for different trades. And my trades, depending on what chart I'm looking on, if I'm looking on day, sometimes I look at the daily chart. Sometimes I'm looking for a weekly move. Most of these are weekly or monthly moves because I see a lot of potential to the upside on the weekly and monthly charts. So some of these are going to take me this one, this one, this one, definitely, this one, this one. These are going to take me months, maybe even a year or two to really get to the move that I see it coming. But the charts have told me everything I need to see with these. So I'm holding them, which is why I have shares. Because guess what? There's no time decay on shares. So I'm just going to be holding these because I see a really good potential with these. Alibaba, I think same thing. It's going to probably take me, 6 to 8 months to get what I'm expecting. I see the price target on this on the charts. So I'm literally averaging into this one because I think that's going to give me a great move. Google has already given me a move. This one's more on a shorter time frame, or excuse me, lower time frame. Roku, I've actually been looking on the daily and the weekly chart for Roku. I don't think it's done. I want to see more out of Roku. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going here. I'm getting clapped on these few here. So 30% down, 30% down, getting clapped. In Vite, 27% down. But once again, I'm cool with that, right? I went into this, actually all of this. This is the account that I try to get people to really be realistic about, right? Now, me personally, I'm pretty wealthy, right? So 20K to me, I mean, I could lose that, right? I can lose that and be totally fine, right? Totally fine. Um, but to most people, that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. And this right here would keep them up at night. But I can literally lose $22,000, right? And I say lose, but think about it this way. What's your average purchase price on a good or a treat that you have for yourself that you bought for yourself? What's the average purchase price, right? That should be a number that you should look at when trading. I call it red bottom money, and I talk about this a little bit more on some other things that I teach, but we call it red bottom money. And what I mean by that is, if I'm going to go buy a pair of red bottoms or Jordans, whatever, right? That's usually the money I'm okay with, like, quote unquote, parting with or losing, because I'm going to give you $1,000 for a pair of red bottoms and I get red bottoms, right? But I don't have the money anymore. Well, that's how I think when it comes to trading, right? So one of the last purchases that I remember buying was I bought a machine, actually it was a couple machines for, I have a spa at my house, right? And I bought a couple machines for the spa, and the machines in total were about $30,000. And I'm like, man, if I'm okay parting with $30,000, I should be able to put that same amount of money in an account And if I lose it, I should be okay with that because I'm used to parting ways with 30K. So this is how I'm able to trade and get what I like to call paper trading like results. And what that means is a lot of people will see my results and they'll say things like, hey, that profit must be from a paper trading account. And then my first thing is, okay, well, if I have profits from a paper trading account, that means I at least knew what was, where the move was going, right? I mean, I at least saw that coming, right? And most people go, well, I mean, yeah. So then my next question is, okay, well, where do you like stand as far as calling me out for a paper trading account? It's like, well, it's easier to do a paper trading account. Even if you see the move coming, it's okay to hold it because it's not real money. What they're basically implying is that, hey, because you don't have a lot of money in there or you don't have any money on the line, that guess what? Your emotions are not going crazy with this trade. So you allow the move to happen and play out the way you saw it on the charts. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Does that make sense? Am I getting somewhere? I hope somebody picked that up. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope somebody picked that up. What I'm basically saying to you is paper trading is easier because there's no emotions from the money that you may lose. So if you want paper trading like results, use money that you are okay and really not even okay, that you just have no ties to. You literally, it's like, I don't care if I lose that. Now, for some of you, that's only going to be $100, $200, $500. But what that does is once you finally paper, once again, the key here is you have to paper trade first. Okay. You have to paper trade first. So you have to be profitable with paper trading because that lets me know, okay, you know what you're doing. You know what you're looking at when it comes to charts. All right, now we can add in some real money. Okay, now when you add in real money, you add in such a small, insignificant amount that it feels like paper trading. Hey, I got $100 in this account. If I lose it, whatever, it's $100. I just bought two pairs of Jordans for, a total of $600, right? So whatever, $100, whatever, I can part ways with that. That is the name of the game. Okay. That's what we're aiming to do here. That's what I want you all to be able to put into play. So for me, once again, I can go to sleep just fine. And some people say I can't sleep with that type of position. I can go to sleep just fine with these positions, knowing that hey, if all of these positions go to zero, I'm cool. So yeah, Honest can go bankrupt, UAVS can go bankrupt, Beyond Meat can go bankrupt, Invite can go bankrupt. Alibaba could go bankrupt. Google could go bankrupt. Roku could go bankrupt. And I'm cool. I'm cool with losing every last penny of this, right? Now, the stock market is a game of probabilities, right? And my question to you is how probable is it that all of these companies are going to go bankrupt? I mean, one or two may. I mean, hey, one or two may, right? But how probable is it that all of them are going to go bankrupt? And then in addition to that, how probable is it that they're all going to go bankrupt and they're all going to disregard the charts? Because see, that's really where we get our confidence from, is the charts. And it's like, you telling me, it's like, wait. You telling me that none of these are going to follow the charts and the price targets that they've told me they want. So none of them are going to hit my price targets and they're all going to go bankrupt. Now, once again, probability. How probable is that none of these follow the price targets of the charts that have been working for the last, I don't know, 50 to 100 years, right? So we got 50 to 100 years of probability of charts working, right? So all of these have charts and all of these have given price targets on their charts. And now we have a probability that it's a higher probability that the charts are going to play out, right? And then there's also a high probability that not all of these companies are going to go bankrupt. So now it's like, okay, high probability with the charts, high probability that they are not all going bankrupt. Okay, cool. There's a high probability that I'm not going to lose all of my money. That's how I operate. Okay. That's how I play the game. So, once again, this is how I play the game. This is how I trade. This is what I use. This is my thinking process. Right. And that just allows me, once again, to sleep at night, knowing that, hey, even if I lose $22,000, yes, that's a probability, right? It's a lower probability, but it's a probability. Even if I lose that, I'm okay with that. And then I'm okay with the probability that all of these are probably not going bankrupt. Okay. So that's what I like. And then, of course, adding on that last layer is all of these are probably going to follow the charts and the price targets that have been working for the last century. Right. So I like those probabilities. And that's why I'm willing to put that money on the line. All right. So anytime someone argues with me about anything, any company, my goal is always my response is always show me your portfolio. I love when people do that. Oh, Roku's going bankrupt. Show me your portfolio. You should be, if you are that convicted, you should be short Roku. Oh man, Google's not going anywhere. Show me your portfolio. You should be short Google. Alibaba, it's over for Alibaba. The Chinese government got them. Show me your portfolio. Are you short Alibaba? If not, if you don't have any money on the line, I don't want to hear a damn thing from you. If there is no money behind your thesis, I'll say that. If there's no money behind your thesis or behind your, it's not even a thesis. I'm just going to say it this way, your opinions. If there is no money behind your opinions, I don't want to hear anything. Your literally your comments don't go anywhere with me because you don't have any money on the line. You just talking, right? And I want a lot of you all to pretty much treat all of your family the same way. Like when family does that to you, treat them the same way. Hey man, you doing this little trading thing and that ain't gonna work. Okay, are you betting against it? Where's your money? Where your money at, huh? That ain't gonna go. Okay, where's your money? Put some money on it. If you are that convicted that this doesn't work, put some money on it. Bet against me. Bet against what you're saying. Whatever I'm doing bullish, bet against it. If you are that convicted, but most people aren't that convicted and they aren't that ballsy. They just want to talk. Okay. So once again, if no money is on the line, then you tell them to shut the hell up. All right. So for those of you who are wondering, okay, well, what was the profit, Tay? Let's go into that. So what was the profit, Tay? Here was the profit. Here are all of the moves from that profit that we played, right? All of the entries, all of the exits, and here's the profit. Okay. Trader Verizon, VOO, UpPro, Tesla, QQQ, SPY, XPU. We made some big money with that one. Markel was another one I absolutely love. We made some big money with Markel. Markel moves like crazy, but it's expensive, very expensive. DPZ, DNA, we made some good money with that. BOC made some decent money. BITI, that's the short of Bitcoin. Every time I see an area I want to fade on Bitcoin, I go BITI. That's a great play. Amazon, we had Amazon in the portfolio, made us some decent money. I sold this Alibaba, believe it or not. I sold these Alibabas for a very small profit so that I could put the money into Amazon. That's what that was. All right. So yeah, this is kind of how we move, how we work, how we play. This was the profit that we have year to date. As you see, as of 6/2/23, that's the profit that we have year to date, and I took that out, so I put that money back in my pocket, right? So that's what I encourage everybody to do. Once you make profit, pull some out. Okay, now that's how we do with a lot of my students in STB. So yeah, that's how we do with a lot of my students in STB. And I definitely wanted to kind of go over that today. Now, as you see here, these are screenshots from one of my students, right? Shout out to Jordan. His name is Jordan. And basically, I like to I like to highlight what's working for my students. Let's just say that, right? And one of the things that definitely works is this. And now, Jordan posted this, right? And I like what he said. He says, feel free to dispute the figures you see below. All receipts provided. Bring a calculator and we can check your work. I love that. See, look, when you start really making money, you start talking that, that good ish, right? So January, he had 10 trades. Now, what he's showing here is how many profitable trades he took, essentially, right? That's essentially what he's doing. So January 10, February 19, March 8, April 15, May, he had 39. He made a killing in May, right? And he says some perspective for May. His average trade for the most part was between $0 and $555, right? So basically, he follows my 10% strategy, right? Get in, get out, get in, right? And that's what he says here. Really to show that those 10 to 30% small trades that produce 200 to 400 really make an impact, right? So what he's saying is for May, he had 39 trades that he made anywhere from $0 to $550 on, right? That was a profit of $11,000 for May, right? So when he did 10 trades, so he had 10 trades that did a little bit better than that. So he had 39 trades that were 11,000 for May. He had 10 trades that were 550 to 1100, which totaled 7,900. And then he had 6 trades that did 1100 plus, right? He had 5,000 to 7,500 in losses conservatively, right? So he had, we'll just say at most $7,500 worth of losses, right? I really like this breakout and see this guy. This is somebody who's doing the work and literally you have to go in, do the work, break the stuff down, see what's going on, see, you need to document. You need to be doing all of this stuff, and this is what he did, and I love it. I love it. So I went in, I asked him, I'm like, hey, is this what you were doing? Is it, so I said, when you break down the smaller number, 0 to 500, is that the range of profits you were bringing in per trade? He said, exactly the amount of trades this month that produced trades anywhere in the profits from 0 to 500. So yes, that's what he was doing. So he was showing 39 trades from 0 to 500. He was showing $550, 10 trades, and then 1,100 plus 6 trades. And of course, these amount way more than 39 trades, but these are profitable trades, right? These are profitable trades. So he might have made profits on, let's say 39, 49, maybe like 50, four. He might have made profits on 54 trades, but he might have lost, what's that, 12, something like that, to make 39. So that's what that is. But I wanted to show this because this is how you win. And most of the people don't realize that when they enter a trade, they usually start off winning. Oh, I can make $200. I can make $400 on the trade. That's easy. But I'm trying to make 4,000. And most people get greedy and they get clapped. But what if you could do 39 trades at $200 each a month? What if? I'm just asking, what if? Right? Would that not take you where you need to be? Like, really think about that. Would that not take you where you need to be? I would go out on a limb and say, yeah, I mean, 30 trades, $200 a pop, that's $6,000 a month. Super, super conservative. $200 per trade. 30 trades a month, $6,000 a month. For most people, $6,000 a month would change their life. Change their life. Right? And then as you get better and you start to compound and you get a bigger account, things like that, you can just play more trades and still do the same $200. Like literally. So then you get to 80 trades a month, $200 a pop. That's what? 2,000. every 10. So yeah, you would have 8. That's what, $16,000 a month. $16,000 a month. That's what you could do with this. It's crazy, right? So once again, the goal is to learn the game, right? Like my man, Jonathan Allen, wasn't Jonathan, Jordan Allen, excuse me. Shout out to Jordan. Um, do the game, right? Learn the game, and then be conservative in your approach. Conservative, realistic, etc. And things just get better for you. Okay. So that being said, let's dive into some charts. Let's see where the market is going for this week. All right. So we're coming on in here. Y'all know how we move. This looks like I'm just going straight into it, right? Straight into it. This looks like a what? Bull flag, right? That is a bull flag. Bull flag, bull flag, bull flag. So I do think we're going to continue, right? Just looking at this chart for the day, this is the S&P 500. I do think we're going to continue. However, let's take a little scroll out. Let's look out, okay? I don't want this on the week. I want that on the week. Okay. Let's draw this thing out. Let's see what we have here. All right. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm bearish. I'm bearish. Look at that. We opened up. Let me see something. Hold on. When I say I'm bearish, let me double check. Mm, so we have that. So I'm just drawing some support and resistance. So we did open up. So we did open up here, right? So the weekly chart has opened up above, or excuse me, the weekly candle has opened up above support, right? And that's what I was worried about, not getting above that support, but we are above support. So for the next maybe, I don't know, week or so, I'm going to expect us to be bullish. I'm going to expect to move up to 43.37 roughly, and then we may have some issues there. We may have some issues there. So 43.47, excuse me, 43.30 is my actual, maybe like top, my high. I might even say 43.25 just in case. I don't want anybody going crazy with that. So I do see a continued move up. There is a continued move up. Where could we go down to? I think we're going to hold this. I think we're going to hold this structure. So, I mean, maybe a bounce to here, 41.39. If we break it, it's because we're trying to take out this low. So we'll see if it wants to get down here and try to take out this low. I don't know if it will, but it may come down and try to test this low before we take off. I do have us taking off. Y'all can check me out. I see this getting back above this and kind of riding this line. I think we're gonna get back in and ride that line up. Let's see. I like this. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So what actually may happen is this. We may get one of these moves. So we may pull back, give it a little fake out, come back in to the channel, and then boom, 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 right? I do see something like this happening over the next probably year or so. Like you see, that puts us January 24. So I think that's something we can start looking into. Something we can start looking into. I also like this line here. So we just have to look at potential support and resistance, right? So I like that line, support, 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 came in, resistance, 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 resistance. So what may happen is, even if we can't get above that line, I think we'll stay in this line, right? Or in between this. So that's what I'd like to see potentially as we go into 2024. I'd like to see us ride into this continuous channel, right? So yeah, that's a nice channel. We've been in that, essentially we'll be in or testing that channel since roughly June of 2022. So that's going to be a nice channel to follow. That's what I'm seeing for the macro view. We're going to have to go and test a few areas, right? So you're going to have sellers getting in the way here. So you can expect to meet this area somewhere around, I don't know, September of this year. You may try to meet here, which is going to be perfect because September is usually a bearish month. So who knows? We might go here, September, and then we might get a move down, right? Because September is always, historically, September is very bearish. So I like this move right here. Pull back a little bit, maybe test this. I don't know if we're going to go this low, but maybe test here and then make our moves starting back up through June, July, August. We get up here in August, September, and then we make a move down. Boom, 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 boom. That gives us like $100, $200 fall. Yeah, $200 fall. And then I think after like October, which that's another bearish month, September, October, I think we bounce here, and then I think we continue higher. And it may look something like this. Let me see. It may look something like this where we continue higher. And yeah, so boom, 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 boom. That's what I see happening. I could be crazy. I could be wrong. We could get up under here and just leak. But this is what I'd like to see. This is what I think is coming. Probably for the next year, we should be just bouncing into this. And so that's what I like as you see going into February 2024. I like that. So yeah, use this if you like for your trading strategies. Maybe this can be something for people who want to, paper trade. I demand you to paper trade. I always say that. So anybody who wants to paper trade this and maybe, see if they can make some money using these strategies in your paper trading account, I definitely, suggest, going in and have a bullish bias. All right. Other than that, let's see what else. What else can we see? Yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm definitely see you're gonna have some issues in this area as well. So yeah, I'm definitely bullish. I don't really see much. I'm trying to see if there's anything that'll get in the way. Maybe before then. There's a V right there, a V here. I don't think once we get above 43.38, this thing is gonna run at least to 4,500. We're gonna have a nice bullish move. We're gonna struggle in here between here and here. It's gonna struggle. But once we get past this, we get a close above this thing will run. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Everybody have yourselves a great trading day, trading week. Once again, study up. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, we're holding that strong. So I do think, even though it's gone under, I do think we're gonna try to like play with this line. And then potentially make a move up. So hey, happy trading to everybody. Study up. Please go through all of the free information that I put here. Yes, there is a lot more to learn, but I've put a lot of great things that are going to be very helpful to you in your trading. So please go through the beginner course, go through all of the STB market watches. I promise you they will help. All right. That being said, love you all. I'm out.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These